Welcome to Imperfect Voices Podcast. Unfiltered commentary, hot takes, and professionals at being loud and right. Always. If you don't know, now you know. You tuned in with the Imperfect Voices Podcast.
Let's go.
Back for another episode, Imperfect Spotlight.
Perfect Spotlight. Today we got
guest with us
special
today.
guest, native Wacoan, owner of Fade Masters Barbershop, content creator, father, and true artist, Carlos Canales. What's up, Carlos?
What's up, you guys? Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys having me on here. You know, I'm still getting used to looking both ways when I talk.
Yeah,
but
it takes some getting used to it. But I mean, you know, we're the mic pros, so we'll help you out, right?
Well, I feel good. It's cozy. Everything's good. Setting is good. I like it.
Gotta love it.
Everything copacetic.
Everything
copacetic.
Copacetic.
Aesthetically pleasing. We're
Coming.
coming.
Thank you for defining that.
Yeah, we're coming through.
I think I know what it means.
That silky smooth audio brought to you by Rogue Media Studios. Let's go.
Boy Jay Jordan here in the building today.
I should have took a nap. I should have took a nap before I came, so my voice could be like.
I took the best Sunday nap yesterday.
For real?
And today too, honestly. But
Can't beat a Sunday nap. Those are the best.
Top tier.
Do y'all regret them afterwards, or is that just me?
No.
Like I wake up, my head hurts sometimes. Like I slept too much.
I've never regretted
I've done
that,
but I'll go straight
Maybe
to
I'm
the
just out of
though.
shape. Maybe it's just the way I sleep on the couch.
You got kids too, like so. I mean,
man.
you know, naps are different when you got kids.
They be messing with me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right.
But I mean, coming in, you know, Carlos, I use the word artist, right? So a true artist. I use that word on purpose because I do believe what you do is truly art. It really is. It's not easy turning them busted heads into head turners.
Subjective.
Yeah. So tell us how you got started in what you do.
First of all, I don't know how to draw, so I know you're using artists. People might already think I know how to draw, but
Nah.
But I started cutting hair when I was about I want to say like 12 or 13. I just kind of started messing with my own little edge up and stuff, and then I started cutting my stepdad's hair. Then I started cutting my cousins. Then I was like, man, you know what? I'm going out of my way to cut some hair. Like, I need to start charging $5 because, they starting to get over.
Man, I miss those days.
$5 Wednesdays? Oh, bro, I used to fall in $5 Wednesdays every week with my barber.
Man, there's people that still want $5 haircuts, bro.
Nah.
But anyway, yeah. So I was about 13, 14. Then I just started, charging people. And I never, how can I say, like, I didn't see what it could become now. Back then. To me, it was just like, man, I was making good money at home, like in high school.
Yeah.
Just cutting hair and just like still thinking like, man, what am I gonna go to college for? Like, what do I want to go to college for? And I would like stay up, like, man, what do I want to be when I grow up? Like, and the whole time I'm just cutting hair, making money. And it didn't even cross my mind. And then one day I just realized, like, man, I'm already doing it. Like, what am I doing? Like, I'm over here trying to figure it out when I'm already doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like effortlessly.
Tools.
Yeah. So that's when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just go to barber school. And probably should have went a little sooner. I waited a little too long. But I'm glad I did, man. And after that, everything is history. I got my license, started working at Look at Me Now. Shout out to Look at Me Now.
Shout out to Look at Me Now. Shout out to my boy ABZ over there. He's always sponsoring the podcast.
Then from Look at Me Now, I was there until 2017. Went to Off the Top. Shout out to Off the Top, locking them boys over there. And 2021, I moved into my own little suite. And 2022, I opened my barbershop.
Nice.
And that's where we are today.
There we go. Congrats. Business owner. Loving that. And then you mentioned, kind of being pulled in other directions, maybe thinking about going to college. What other things did you ever consider doing?
Honestly, man, I was looking into like computer programming. Like I was really into computers. I think one day I wanted to burn a CD. Back in the day, you used to burn CDs. And I realized I couldn't do it on my computer. And I was like, what? And I was like, well, I ain't got nowhere to put a CD in. So there used to be this computer store on Franklin called Goodway Computers. No, not Goodway. Goodwill Computer Store. Okay. And it's like computer parts. And I found a disk drive. Yeah. And I installed it on my computer. And I was like, that was easy. And then that's when I realized the difference between hardware and software.
Yeah.
Like on a computer, you got the hardware, the keyboard, and then you got the software. And like that was like real interesting to me. So after that, like I just started messing around with computers, and it just like it was something that I was naturally curious towards.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're like really naturally curious or something, you're probably gonna excel at it because it doesn't get boring.
Right, absolutely.
So that's what that was my mindset. I was like, I'm gonna go do something for computers. But back then I was thinking about doing like computer networking, and that's a little different. That's like way harder than, you know, installing a hard drive on a computer. So,
Right.
I mean, I'm glad I didn't go that route. But that's what I was thinking about.
I could never really do computers. I don't know about you, Jay, but computers were
I was about to say, once
always
you
over my
install
head.
that, I know you felt like the smartest dude on the block, right?
right.
I did. What I've always
Grandma
been
was
like,
knocking on the door. Hey, Carlos, I need you to do this for me.
Exactly.
Well, I've always been one to try to like figure things out. Like if I don't know something, like I'm always gonna try to figure it out and try to do it myself.
Yeah.
Like I done fix stuff on my truck that I had no business
Yeah.
being in there fixing. But I guess that's just kind of like, it kind of bothers me when I don't understand something. Like I try to look into it.
Yeah.
So there might be a lot of things that I might feel like I'm more interested in than I really am, just because in that moment I learned something and I'm like, oh man, should I be a mechanic? Like I just changed something on my truck. But I know that's not the case. You know, that's just like I'm just naturally inclined to try to figure things out.
That's good. And those skills that you learned, like I mean, at least while doing computers and such, are you using any of that now, or like what is? Is that kind of just like you
retired that trade?
Yeah, I had to retire, man. I was gonna be too great at it. No, I didn't. I never really did anything with it. I mean, I just like basic stuff, man. Like I understand computers. Like I try to explain them to some people. You'd be surprised some people don't understand like how
Simple
computers
stuff.
work. And I try to tell them like it's just like a filing system. Just imagine everything is folders and it just keeps everything like.
Dang, we having that conversation 30 years too late. Be like, hey, you need to figure this out.
Yeah, man, it blows my mind. Some people just don't care either.
Yeah,
I don't know. You figure it out.
But absolutely, but you still have that natural curiosity to just learn new things at any point, right?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. What are some new things that you're learning today?
Right now, I'm really getting into, and I think this is just because I'm married and I got kids and I have a house, but I'm trying to figure out my yard. Like I'm trying to get it,
Snap.
green,
Oh,
man.
man.
And then my
Cutting
neighbor.
heads or cutting lawns.
Yeah, it's like lawn fades. Like that's how I look at it. I told my wife, like I gave the front yard a number 3 all around because I didn't want it too low.
Oh, he gave it a 3.
Yeah, and then the
They get that 3
backyard,
all over.
yeah, in the backyard nobody sees it, so I give that a number 1. Like it's
Yeah, give it a 1, taper it off a little bit.
make it last a little longer.
Ain't tripping.
But my neighbor across the street, man, he's retired and he's a real good dude, man. But his yard is like
Out of there.
pristine.
Oh,
like,
it's good?
pristine. Like, but he has nothing else to do
Yeah.
but to take care of his grass. So like that's my muse right there. When I look at his yard, I'm like, man, I need to get like that. So now I'm trying to figure it out.
I think that's an old man go for everybody.
Yeah,
Just fire
absolutely.
on.
I want to get my yard right, man.
Yeah.
Like, I want cars to pass by and just be like, oh, well, okay, I guess you cut your grass.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, don't
that's-
be the busted
Nah.
lawn on the road, cause
Especially old. Like, what else you got to do?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what
Keep
I'm
your
saying.
lawn
That's-
clean.
That's what I told
Yeah.
my wife. I was like, 'cause she always tells me like, well, look at Mr. Wig. I mean, Mr. Wig ain't got nothing to do
Yeah.
but to take care of his grass.
Yeah.
And so like I gotta go to work. Like I'm doing this on the side.
I ain't got time to make the PGA
Yeah.
jealous over
But
here.
I'm still trying to figure it out, man. I'm still trying to get it right. There's no excuse. But yeah, that's what I got going on right now, man. Just trying to.
I was about to say, is it like, so how long you been cutting? How many years altogether?
Altogether, I'm 30.
lawns or heads?
Lawns about a year. Like, nah, but cutting hair probably. I started when I was if I want to be like for real, when I was charging, I was probably about 14 or 15.
Uh-huh.
So I'm
And you're
30 now.
30 now. Okay.
So about 15 years.
Okay. I was about to say, is there anything new that comes through the shop that you haven't seen before? Like, is there anything that piques that curiosity now? Or that makes you want to just go after it, get it? Because I feel like you have the same clientele falling in through there every week, right?
Yeah. I how can I say it? Like I'm prepared for anything that walks through the door.
Right.
Like that's number one. Like I done cut almost any type of hairstyle like I done did.
Yeah.
But now I'm just more I'm at the point to where I notice different trends and I notice like which what's that called? The like different age groups.
Yeah.
Like I notice what type of
Different
haircuts they get.
generations and stuff like that.
And so I try to kind of help people. Like young people come in and I try to help them like, hey man, like I know you want this and that's cool. I can give you that, but like I noticed people around your age been getting this right here.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Like, so I'm trying to put people on to newer trends that they might not, they might be scared to ask for, or they don't know if it'll look good on them.
Oh.
So I'm starting to peep all that. Like,
Do you try to revert them to old ones too? Because like my uncle was having a conversation with his son, and he was talking about trying to get waves. And this was like during like the Odell phase, where everyone had the blonde,
the blonde curly thing they were going for.
Thing. And he was like, "So I'm trying to put my son onto these waves. He don't want to get them.
Yeah.
Like he does not want to hear them out. He want to do the Odell
nah.
thing. So like, have you ever also tried to do that too?
No, because you're
Hit 'em on
fighting
something
against
different.
that. Like,
Yeah.
that's the opposite of like what I just said. Like, he just like if he's young, that's what's popping right now. He don't want no waves. That's an old man haircut.
Yeah, for real.
and like right now, like this to me, like I got a little young barber across. Well, he's next to me now, and shout out to Chino. He's a real good dude. He's young. He's 21, but he was telling me like he gets a little taper, and his hair is like long and just like kind of like wavy, like it's textured. And to him, this is an old school haircut, like a mid fade, like anything bald on the side like that, like that's a no. Like, that's an old man haircut, like bald. So to them, like when I was growing up, the old school haircut was a bald fade.
Yeah.
Like all the older people got bald fades, just a bald fade. And the younger generation was getting mid fades and low fades.
Yeah.
But now, like these new young dudes, they're like taper fades and burst fades. Like that's their thing right now. So like I never try to go against it because I'm gonna lose a client.
Yeah. You gotta rock
like,
with
man,
it.
every time I go him, he try to give me a bald fade.
Yeah.
Like I don't like, hey, bro. You probably a lot of times they probably know what's popping more than me too. So I'm like, hey, if that's what you want.
Exactly, because it's a little more risky too. You try to put them on something they don't really like, and then you got that. I heard you mention the Edgar. Is that something? Are you doing?
I was about to say the Edgars are one of the hottest ones out right now.
Right? The Edgar's hard, man.
Are you doing that one?
Y'all need to give more props. Yeah, I've done a couple of Edgars.
Shout out to the Edgar.
Y'all need yeah. It's a lot of people think it's an easy hair. It's not an easy haircut.
Oh, really?
It's not at all. Just because there's less hair getting cut, there's a lot more detail that goes into it. At least if you do it right. Like,
talk that talk. Talk that talk. Hey, you ain't slick, bro. You ain't getting past me. I heard that.
So like the Edgar, like their edge up is usually down here. Their real edge up is up here.
Yeah.
But they got so much hair that their edge up, you're literally edging up the bangs.
Yeah.
So if you don't do it right, them things like you can have it straight and they do like this, blah 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 blah, and it's crooked again.
Oh yeah.
So it takes a lot of work to get the Edgar right.
Yeah.
So whenever I see an Edgar, like, especially if it looks good, I'm like, man, whoever did it, like, they go hard. Like, I give them props.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy to make it look good. But when you get it right, it's like, okay, they did it right.
Learn something new, because I for sure thought that was... Yeah,
it
doesn't.
It's bouncing.
It looks like it would be easy, but I guess it takes a trained eye.
Yeah, no, you gotta do it right for it to look right. Well, at least for me, because I know some, like, one of the things I tell, like, young barbers is, like, you can develop the skill pretty quick. Like, you can watch a YouTube video and they'll show you how to get rid of a line.
Yeah.
But what's going to take time for you to develop is the vision.
Yeah.
Like, to know what a good haircut's supposed to look like. So you notice, like say you started cutting hair right now.
Yeah.
2-3 weeks from now, you finally get that line out. And to you, that's faded. Like, it looks good. You're going to post it on Facebook and like, oh, man, look at this fade out there. Y'all come hit me up. To me, I'm like, God dang, that thing is choppy. Like, it's a bunch of dark spots here and there. Like, it's not blended good. Yeah. But you don't have that vision yet.
Yeah.
Like, over time, it's almost like your standards go up to what a fade is supposed to look like. Like, okay, it's supposed to be even, like a smooth gradient all the way across. So that it goes back to the Edgar. Like, if you don't have that vision, if you don't know what it's supposed to look like, then it's gonna be hard for you to achieve, the mastery of the elusive Edgar haircut.
So basically, put some respect on the Edgar.
Yeah, I was saying,
yeah, man, Edgar's not easy.
Respect it.
What's one of your longest tenured clients?
Let me see, man.
Besides probably your stepfather, right?
Yeah. Besides him and besides one of my cousins, he was like the very first person I ever cut. Besides my stepdad, obviously. But just like non-family. That's tough, man. Keithan? I've been cutting Keithan for 12 years.
Dang.
Keithan Martinez.
My barber's been cutting.
Shout out Keithan
like
Martinez. He got a leather business.
Yeah, leather business. He does a good job too, man.
Shout out to
I got him on